All right, happy Tuesday, everyone. A lot of new faces. We got a lot of new people that joined our program this last couple of days. It's amazing. Welcome to those of you guys that joined. Welcome to those of you guys that joined. For everyone else, please make sure your partners are here. If you don't see your partner in here, let's go grab them. Time we're looking for them. We is looking for you. Let's grab our partners. Um, let's grab our partners. And excited. In the meantime, how was everyone's Memorial Day? What did you guys do yesterday?
Show houses.
Nice. You worked yesterday.
Yes.
Nice, nice, nice. That's a by any means necessary. By any means necessary. Did you sell anything? You got went on the contract?
No, not just yet.
It's on the way. It's on the way. All right, let's grab our partners. I gotta double check this listing agreement. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So our topic for today is video marketing. So using the marketing out there that could be free to really get in front of the masses. Okay. So as we understand, there was a point in time where it was context. Then the next time it was pictures, and now it's videos, it's B-rolls. B-rolls are even out now. Now it's reels and lifestyle. So times are always changing. So we have to know, are we changing with the times? So back then we were very adamant and very sophisticated on getting real estate content that's out there. But now times have changed. People want to be relatable to the people that they're working with. So we want to make sure that we're building that foundation. For some of you guys that are here today, this is probably a piece of cake for you guys. You guys do this effortlessly. And then for other you guys, I don't like my face being on camera. I don't like people seeing me. And then for others, I just don't know where to start, Jeff. I just don't know where to start. So what I'm going to do throughout the segment right now is I'm going to give you guys a couple of things to purchase. That's going to be essential for you. Like, for example, having a light, like for example, having a selfie stick, having a stabilizer. Nowadays we got the Meta glasses right now. So any Ray-Ban peoples that's in the room with their Ray-Ban Meta glasses on, having those is truly capturing the moment. So we spend, hold on, let me double check my notes here. All right, let's admit everyone. All right, let's see what Google says. Google says the average person spends about 6 hours a day on their phones. Okay. With the Gen Zs spending about 9 hours on their phones, and with the average person spending up to 7 hours and 3 minutes on their phones. Okay. So out of 24 hours, we probably sleep for 7 of that. And then the other 14 hours of the day, we're on our cell phones. So we have to make sure that we're entertaining the people. And how did I learn this? I learned this at the time that Bank of America, and I shared this story with you guys before, at the time that Bank of America was releasing the first time home buyers program out. And everyone had something to say about it. It was on TikTok, it was on Instagram, it was on Facebook, it was on LinkedIn. Okay. And at that moment, I realized that, wow, information does go viral quickly. Am I the resource of the information? Am I the resource of the information, or are people bringing the information back to me? Okay. You got to ask yourself, are you the resource of the information, or are people bringing the information back to you? What does this mean? This means that if there's anything that's happening with the real estate market, if there's anything that's happening with the commercial industry, if there's anything that's happening with the foreclosure market, if there's anything that's happening with the banking market, if there's anything that's happening with the money market, Okay, the crypto market, crypto's very big right now. If there's anything that's happening with that, am I very versed in it, being able to give the information or have some idea about the information, or are people bringing it to me? Because you have to understand, in the space that we are in as experts, people look at us as being the experts of all things. Okay, you ever had that customer that says, "Hey, my faucet's leaking. Can you send me a plumber?" Okay. You ever have that customer that says, "Oh, I got a roof leak. Can you send me a roofer?" They truly do see you as the resource for everything. So you got to ask yourself, am I operating in the space of being that resource each and every single day? Or am I trying to figure it out myself? Okay. So how do we do that? We subscribe to Inman, we subscribe to Real Deal, we subscribe to Miami Realtors. We subscribe to Florida Realtors magazines. We subscribe to news articles that happen to be in the areas that we are in. So, for example, if we live in Fort Lauderdale or we live in Broward County, we want to subscribe to those. And then also, we want to be able to have the information first before someone else has the information. For example, like we said, the Bank of America situation, okay? So many people had that, but guess what? If you weren't versed in it and your clients were calling you, they were reaching out to you, and you weren't able to give them the information, guess what? They're going to go and work with someone that has the information. So, like, all jokes aside, right now, we're about to move into this hometown hero space right now. And although this is not the space that we're in because we're listing machines, okay, we still need to understand the process of how the information works. Okay, what's the minimum credit score? What's the income requirements? Okay, what does it mean to be a Florida based job? You understand? We have to make sure that we have that information, because as we articulate it to buyers, as we articulate it to sellers, okay, we want to make sure that we know exactly what's happening. So what do we need to do? We need to start talking to lenders. Hey, can you educate me on this program? It's about to be an influx of it. I may get 2, 3, 4 clients that have it. I may get sellers that we end up listing their properties and now the buyers have it. And I want to make sure that we're not wasting the seller's time by saying this guy's getting hometown heroes and then we find out he has a 620 credit score. Minimum score is 640 or higher. Okay. So for today, we're going to focus on that. Anybody remember that Bank of America? We hear nothing about it now. Anyone? Don't have me talk to myself today. Perfect. Thank you, Dr. Pratt. All right. Video marketing, creating engaging content for sellers and buyers. Okay. So why does creating content, or why does it creating marketing materials or information important? Okay. You want to build that trust. You want to build that trust, and you got to be the authority in the space that you're in. Okay. So for example, if you're a heavy agent in West Palm Beach, are you providing West Palm Beach information to them? Okay. Are you talking to them about restaurants? Are you talking to them about the schools? Are you talking to them about what new businesses are coming here? Are you talking about what new businesses are leaving? Are you educated on those things? Okay. Because being educated and being able to articulate that provides an opportunity to be an authority in the space that you're in. Okay. So, like, for example, when someone thinks about listings, they can come to me about listings. Someone can even come to me about what do I think about the market because of the way that I've articulated myself in the space of real estate, especially when it comes to working with sellers. Okay. I've had so many people come to me and they're saying, "Hey, I'm having price conversations with my sellers. I got my listings that are not moving. Can you audit my listings?" Like, these are things that have happened to me. People will literally send me their listings and say, "Hey, can you look at this? Can you audit it? Can you give me your opinion about it?" Okay. Converting more followers into leads. Okay. So, is the stuff that I'm posting converting me into buyers and converting me into sellers, whatever space that we're in? Okay. We have to ask ourselves. That's why I believe that we sometimes got to stick away from those flyers. Some of us just love putting up them banners. They put up banners about everything. And sometimes we gotta move away from those banners. I'm gonna co-host you and I'm gonna also mute you, Dr. Karen. Um, we got to move away from those banners because we got to make sure that our information is call to action informations. So how do I create call to action information? Call to action information is created by giving material out there that is in video format. It's in video format so you can start a conversation, or it's in picture format with text that explain to you what is happening. Okay. So how do I tell a story? I tell a story by, instead of just saying purchase a home 0% down, okay, give the process of how it's going to work. How are you going to purchase a home 0% down? Okay, you're going to first talk to a lender. Secondly, you're going to understand what the down payment type of products are. Then you're going to understand what type of homes it is. Whatever that situation is, you have to build a story. And guess what? Building a story also builds you opportunities where people are on your page longer. When people are on your page longer, rather be Facebook, rather be LinkedIn, rather be Instagram, when people are on your page longer, it actually boosts the algorithm so that more people can see the activity that's out there. Okay. So if you're one of those people that are just posting flyers and you're not giving clear details, you're not giving clear information, you're not giving call to actions. Call to actions. People like to be told what to do. So if I'm dropping a flyer and it's something that's engaging, what am I supposed to do next? Okay. Am I supposed to contact you, email you, DM you? Okay. Am I supposed to do I have mini chat embedded into my system where now I'm able to host a AI conversation with the person through mini chat? Okay. Call to actions are very important. Okay. So what type of content should be there? Awareness, for example. So like, for example, Hometown Heroes is going to be coming out. If you're in that space once again, or you want to prepare your sellers for Hometown Hero opportunities out there. Okay. You want to go ahead and you want to get that information out there. We had a great discussion this morning during our 8 o'clock call about where the market is going. Where do we feel? Is it going to crash? Is it not going to crash? Is it leveling off? That's awareness information that I probably, if I were you, I would have left that class this morning or that session this morning and went and said, oh my gosh, check this out. That's an Instagram live, that's a Facebook live, that's a LinkedIn live, a TikTok live, whichever. Okay. And host that conversation and say, we just had a conversation about where do we think the market is going? I want to hear from you guys. Where do you think the market is going? Okay. Give your 2 cents, ask for people's 2 cents. Controversial information. So some of you guys may hate me for this. Controversial information actually impacts your profile a lot better than the next person, because what you're doing is you're bringing conversation of awareness to people. So what does this mean? Is the market going to crash? Or, oh my gosh, the market just crashed. Okay. And now you're getting people to not only open up their ears and open up their eyes, but you're also getting them to give their 2 cents. Yes, I do believe the market's going to crash. I bet you this. Y'all know I'm a doer. That's one thing about me. Give me 1 second, y'all. Drop your questions or comments in the chat in the meantime. I got to go in Canva real quick. Drop your questions or your comments in the chat real quick. I need a black screen. Let me just do it on my phone. No questions, no comments so far.
No, we doing good, Jeff. Great stuff. Thank you.
I'm about to start some controversy right here on my page. Just to get the people engaged. Like, we have to get the people engaged, because how do we get the people engaged? Articulates how we pull our next buyer and seller. I did a Hometown Heroes video. It's not even a space that I'm in, but I did it because it's conversations that our people are having. And it didn't even do well on my Instagram, but guess what? It did extremely well on my TikTok. have 5 people that's in the calendar this week to get pre-approved. 5 people that I'm gonna now be able to give them out to the buyers, realtors that I work with, because of the information that we provided, the conversation that we started, the enlightenment that we opened up to people. No call to action. I don't even think if I should have put my opinion on there, but that's fine. That's fine. All right, cool. All right, just like that. Just watch the engagement that happens by the time we're done with this segment today. All right, back to our regular scheduled program. Presentation, perfect. Okay, so number 2, is it interesting? Is it interesting? Does it engage me as to what's going on in your life or in your real estate world? Is it engaging to me? Okay. So what is stuff of interest? Stuff of interest is, hey, maybe me picking up my kids, maybe me going to Pilates, maybe me going to boxing, maybe me traveling to another country or another state. Okay. Is it something of interest? Okay. Now, does it call me to make a decision on something? Okay. That's the next idea. Does it call me to make a decision on something or take action onto something? Okay. These are the 4 things. These are the 4 things you should ask yourself. Okay. Okay. These are the 4 things you should ask yourself when you're creating the content or you're browsing it into your mind as far as what you're going to do. Okay. Now, understanding your clientele, you can either serve the clientele that you have. So who are your clientele? Your clientele is everyone that's in your database, everyone that's in your Instagram, everyone that's in your TikTok, everyone that's in your Snapchat, everyone that's in your Facebook, everyone that's in your LinkedIn. That's your clientele, because you never know where your next piece of business is going to come from. Okay. So now you can either feed the information to the people that you have, or you can go out and search for new people. And how do we search for new people? We change the demographics of what we're serving the people. So for example, if I was heavy in credit repair, for example, right? Credit repair, credit repair, credit repair, credit repair. And then I decided to change that. And now what I'm doing is I'm talking about probate sales, probate sales, probate sales, probate sales. I just shifted the demographics to the people that are now into my orbit, which is my page, from being people that are all into credit repair, for now people that are looking and seeking for information that is in the probate opportunity. Okay. So think about that. Am I looking for a new database? Am I looking for new clientele? Am I looking for new people? And that's really what it is. When people always say, hey, I want to move into the luxury market. How do you move into the luxury market? You don't move into the luxury market advertising or marketing or working with people of lower tier, do you? You just change what you're doing in a different price point, in a different area, in a different avenue. Okay. Now, does my content speak about pain points? Does it talk about goals, or does it talk about lifestyles? So what does pain points mean? So pain points mean, like, am I being vulnerable with the people on there? Am I being vulnerable with the people that's on there? So how do I be vulnerable? I'm vulnerable by the conversations that I have. Hey, I just had a buyer that was set to close on May 27th. The lender went and pulled his credit, and now he is not able to buy. And guess what? I was expected to get a $20,000 commission check, and I've already spent 17,000 of it getting myself into debt. I have no idea what to do next. Okay. Or am I talking about my goals? People love to be inserted into your lives. I'm going to tell you guys this, especially you guys that want to be faceless especially you guys that don't want to bring your families into your orbit, especially you guys that don't want to, you only want to post the real estate stuff, People want to be embedded into your life. I know so many people that I always tell them what my goal is, and every time they see me, these are realtors, they every time they see me, they're like, "Hey, are you closer to your goal? I know you're gonna hit your goal this year. I know your goal is gonna be obtainable." I know people that have sent me referrals. I had this girl that literally sent me a referral earlier this year, and she says, "I know what your goal is for this year, and I want to make sure I'm a part of that goal, and I want to send you this referral because this is a space and niche that you're in and I'm not in." You know what I mean? So do I speak about my goals? Are my goals speaking through by video? Are my goals speaking through by text? Are my goals speaking through by maybe flyers or banners? Are my goals speaking through by maybe voiceovers? Okay. Or are my goals speaking through like stuff that I'm doing each and every single day? So obviously, if I'm working out every day, my goal is to be fit, right? If I'm going to boxing, my goal is obviously to learn how to box. If my goal is to go into painting or Pilates or whatever it is. And then lastly, the lifestyle. Like, am I truly inserting people into the lifestyle of what's happening day in and day out as a top producing luxury listing agent or whatever you want to call yourself? You know what I mean? Whatever you want to call yourself. Are you inserting people into that life? Okay. And then now, are you catering your information? This is where it gets tough right now. Are you catering your information to who you want your client to be? So if you want to move into the space of working with sellers, if you want to move into the space of working with listings, if you want to move into the space of navigating through the luxury market, for example, am I catering myself to home buyer seminars? Am I catering myself to down payment grant programs? Am I catering myself to to anything in the space of buyers, maybe even hometown heroes? Am I catering myself to that? Because I would know that if I'm catering myself to something, I'm going to now go ahead and I'm going to promote that information. So how do I know that you're in the space of listings? How do I know you're in the space of working with sellers? How do I know that you're in a space of luxury? Okay, are you going to the finest restaurants? Are you looking at the nicest boats? Are you going to pre-constructions and the luxury price points? Okay, are you attending luxurious events? Are you in luxurious opportunities? Okay. Or are you telling me something, but your message is something else, It's almost like, hey, am I buying a Mercedes that drives like a Toyota? What message am I giving the people? Okay. If I'm gonna give them Mercedes status, I want to make sure that the body looks Mercedes Benz. I want to make sure the drive quality feels Mercedes Benz. I want to make sure the experience feels like Mercedes Benz. And then if it's Toyota, Kia, whatever's on a lower tier, I want to make sure that I don't give that. So think about that. I really want to grow my listings. I really want to grow my price point. I really want to shift what I'm doing right now in the business that I'm in right now. Who is my target audience? Who am I feeding my information to? Who am I having conversations with? Like, for example, you don't leave a commercial training, for example, and you go and talk about, oh, I just listed a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,300 square foot home. Like, it's not in alignment. Okay. So identifying who is your target audience, and whoever your target audience is, am I speaking to them? If I'm doing foreclosures, am I speaking to people that are in the space of foreclosures? Right now, foreclosures are at the highest that it's ever been. I had a title company. I went to lunch with him on Thursday of last week, and he said, "Chef, I'm getting so many short sale contracts now." This is the attorney for the title company. He says, "I'm getting so many short sale contracts right now." So for those of you guys that are heavily calling short sales, am I putting the information out there that talks about people that are dealing with foreclosures? Jeff, what information do I put out there? You already know. Go to ChatGPT. Give me 15 articles, 15 conversations, 15 pieces that I can put out there when it comes to short sales and foreclosures, okay? Step 1, what to do if you're served with the list pendants. Step 2, how to hire the best attorney. Step 3, understanding the process of what a negotiator does. Step 4, hiring the best realtor to represent you if you need to sell. Step 5, what is the difference between a deed of Lua and a foreclosure, okay? Step 6, what is the bounce back if I do end up getting foreclosed on? Step 6, can I get out of a foreclosure? Step 7, okay, what is a short sale? Am I auditing myself right now to put the information that's out there that is putting me in the space that I want to be in? Okay, so educational content. Educational content, okay? Home buying tip, market updates, okay? Community highlights, okay? If I want to work in a particular area, we spoke about that a few days ago. If I want to really work in a particular area, am I in that area? Am I doing the information that I'm doing? I always tell myself, y'all, I got Rio Vista right there. Like I could touch it, you know? I said, I need to be taking more of the information. I need to be doing more of the reels. So guess what? That's what we're gonna be doing now. We're gonna be doing more of the reels of what's happening in Rio Vista. These homes are easily $2 million plus. Okay. Am I getting the testimonials? So what are testimonials? Testimonials are really not just like closing pictures, but it's like sharing your story. So share your story. So I got a buyer that had a 600 credit score. He thought he could never own a home. He's been renting for 35 years, and I was finally able to successfully get him into a property. Okay. A couple of hurdles that we had. He had to pay off his cars. He had to pay off his student loans. We had to do this. We had to do that. Share a true story. Like give people like a true story of what happened. Because why? There's so many other people that are battling the same situation right now and they really don't know where to go and they can't relate to anything. So yes, they see that you're successfully selling homes every day and every night. You do it extremely well. But are you able to help me out in my situation? So guess what? I only make $30,000, but my mom's on SSI. She makes about 50,000 through the SSI. And I never knew that I can use my mother, that's on retirement SSI, to purchase a property as a first-time home buyer. She can purchase it as a non-occupant borrower, or she can purchase it as a borrower that's living in the property. Either way, okay. But did I just have that experience that I can share? And guess what? Can I always go back and talk about it? I can. So think about it, y'all. Think about the sellers you worked with in the last 5 years, the last 2 years, the last 6 months. Think about the buyers that you work with and start putting that information out there because people need to hear it because they're battling the same exact situation and they don't know where to look or they don't even know that it's possible. They didn't know that their son that's in the Marines, that he's he's stationed in the Marines, can purchase a property as long as that a family member, a close family member, lives in it, and now is just able to educate them. And now we're going to be closing in the next 30 days. Talk about those success stories. I think celebrate all wins. I always say that. Celebrate your big wins, your small wins, celebrate all wins. So all wins should be a success story that you're putting into your Facebook, that you're putting into your page, you're putting into your stories, whatever it is, because people want to hear those success stories. We'll be quite shocked. We think that so many people are against us and so many people don't want to see us win. And that's just a false narrative that's just been like embedded into our minds, into our brains. But there's a large population of people out there that really want to see us win. There's such a huge population of people out there that want to see us win. And we're just not ready for it. We're just not ready for it. We're just not ready to say, oh my gosh, I'm gonna post that I lost 15 pounds this month and watch how the universe serves me. Congratulations. Watch how the universe serves me. Applauds. Watch how the universe serves me. Keep going. We're just not ready for that. And then promotional videos. Okay. Am I actively promoting my listings in the best candid light that I possibly can? So we dropped a couple of photos. Great. But what else am I doing to actively promote my listing, rather it be $100,000 listing or $6 million listings? Okay. Because guess what? The $100,000 listings will get us to the $6 million listings because if we continue to be consistent, and we continue to be active and we continue to declare the stuff that we want from ourselves and our lives, it's going to come to us. Okay. So am I promoting my listings in the best light that I possibly can? Okay. The best light is, am I creating videos? Am I using a tripod? Okay. Am I using a stabilizer? Am I paying the extra package with the photographer guy? Okay. So camera guy has a package, 179. You get 5 photos. But guess what? For $500, you get a video, you get a reel, you get a walking video with you inside the house, you get music added to it. You can now get that video and you can now get that onto Facebook. And now you can boost it on Facebook, and now people in Africa and people in New York and people in California can now see your video, and now they're calling you. Okay. How am I promoting my open houses? How am I promoting my open houses? Am I doing a video in advance? Am I doing a video that I'm able to now put into an e-card and I'm sending it out to all the residents in the area? Am I doing a video that I'm now running ads to because I did the video 4 weeks ago because I knew that this day I was going to be doing the open house, or I knew that I was doing the open house 2 weeks ago and I'm now doing the videos and I'm running the ads through them? Or have I even taken the Hometown Heroes video and ran ads on that? I'm going to show you guys this right here. Look at this. This is from a simple ad that I ran. Y'all see this? This is an ad that I ran in 2024. And I pulled all of these buyers in here. I got 2 lenders in here. I got a title company in here. And these are buyers that we're actively staying in front of, actively giving them the conversation from an Instagram ad that I ran. And these are the Instagram people. I ran the same ad on TikTok. So what platforms am I on? Am I on Face? Am I So there's a difference between being on something and there's a difference between being on something, you know? So am I on these platforms? Am I actively on YouTube for what YouTube can do to my business, for what YouTube can get me? Am I on Facebook? Facebook is very words, very storytelling, very conversational, okay? Instagram, Reels, lifestyle, people want to see that. TikToks, funniness, activities, you know, influence, okay? Email marketing. I could do email marketing through BombBomb. I could do email marketing videos through just a video. I can upload a video right here and just email it out. Or I can do actual articles that redirect them. Imagine if I sent out an email redirecting people to my YouTube each and every single week, because I promised the people each and every single Tuesday they're going to get a new YouTube video from me that's going to be talking about where the market is and what's happening with the market, or they're going to be talking about scenarios of what happened in real estate. Or we're going to talk about buyers that we got from an open house that we did, or a first time home buyer seminar that we did. I'm going to pull Joanne, for example. You guys just did that Haitian seminar. I would be using that content for the next 35 days. Joanne, are you with me?
I am.
Oh my gosh. You can see my screen?
Yes,
How many people were there?
I was.
30 people, 40 people, 100 people?
Oh, there were about 50 people. 55.
I'm going to send this to you, Joanne.
Okay,
Did you do a recap already about the event?
not yet.
Did you do an educational empowerment about the event?
Nope.
Awesome. Right here, y'all. 5 myth Haitian first-time home buyers need to stop believing. How to get pre-approved for a mortgage even with a low credit score.
What was the prompt that you just typed in, Jeff?
Bullshit. I ain't really ain't typing nothing. Okay. I completed a Haitian first-time home buyer seminar. About 50 people were there. Look at the typos. Give me about 30-day marketing campaign I can use for YouTube, email marketing, Facebook, whatever I want. Give me 30 days email marketing campaign that I can use for just Instagram, for TikTok, for Snapchat, for whatever it is. So Joanne, you may not take all of these, but imagine if you took 15 of these and you ran this for 15 days after the event. You got to get the people when the excitement is hot. I've told you guys, we've had some slip ups too, you know. We've identified some areas where we need intention. I'm sending this to you, Joanne.
Okay, thank you.
And then when people say, how do I follow up? This is the follow up right here. This is the follow up. What do? I literally just trained. I trained another brokerage earlier this morning, and someone said, I keep following up, and the people just end up not answering me because you're not giving them anything of substance. Give them information of substance that can now add to the information that they needed, to now add to the information that they wanted, to now and give them some enlightenment of what they never knew they had, or they never knew they wanted, or never knew that they can even understand. And guess what? I can take everything and turn it into a video. I can literally take a video, put it into, I can take a video and I can put it into ChatGPT, and I can say, write an email template out for this.
Did you send it to me by email, Jeff?
I did.
Okay.
Just like that. Now I just moved the people from my email to my Instagram, or I just moved the people from my Instagram to my TikTok. Right from here. Right from here, I did that. Or vice versa. You just wrote out an email. You just wrote out an email, and now you need an idea for a video. Because you got 80,000 people on your Instagram, but guess what? You got 30,000 people in your database, and they're not the same people. So how do I attack them all? But you got to commit to doing something, okay? And do I have a weekly calendar? Do I have a weekly calendar? That's really why a lot of people don't post. We ran a 30-day challenge, I think February. And some of us fell off. Some of us never even posted anything. Some of us were excited that we did our first 2 posts. And some of us still going. Dr. Karen's here?
Yes, Coach Jeff, I'm here.
Dr. Karen's still going, posting every single day. Some of us still going. But the reason a lot of us don't is because we have no idea what to post. We have no idea what moves us. We have no idea what excites us. We have no idea what to give the people. So we need to say, hey, in efforts for me to grow on social media, which is the freest thing that I can touch the masses, I need to create some type of marketing campaign. By the way, I'm at 600 people. I was at 515 when we met last week. I was at 515. I told y'all, watch the numbers. I'm watching them. I'm watching them. So create a calendar. Create a calendar. The people need to see me each and every single day, or the people need to see me once a week, or the people need to see me once every other day, whatever your calendar is. For me, I'm gonna post 4 to 5 times a day, and that's just gonna be me because I'm on a journey. But for you, whatever that is, and say, man, I'm going to have a calendar of, I'm gonna do a day in a life. I'm gonna do what's happening with the real estate market. I'm gonna do what's happening with my buyer that just closed on a home. I'm gonna do, my new listing that's coming to the market. And maybe you're not doing Monday through Friday. Maybe you're doing week 1 of June, week 2 of June, week 3 of June, week 4 of June. And I promise you, once you start to get a calendar of what you're going to feed to the universe, you're going to feed the people, you're going to do it. It's like prospecting. It's like going to the gym. It's like anything else. You're going to do it because you already know what to do. You haven't actually sat down and said, man, I'm going to give the people this information on this day, and that day, that day. And some stuff just happened to be spontaneous. You just happen to not know you were going to go on the yacht with your friends that weekend, and you end up going. And did you record that? I want to see on the yacht DR. I want to see on the yacht Teshka. I want to see on the yacht Dr. Pratt. All right, short form videos. Okay, so short form videos are 15 to 60 seconds. Now some platforms allow you to go a little bit longer, but understand the attention span of people. You know, so you have to have a very good hook. The very good hook is what's going to grab them the first 2 seconds of them being on your page, looking at you. Okay. So is it giving value? Is it adding a call to action? Okay. Ooh, don't aim to perfect, aim for consistency. Okay. And then you got to identify what role are you going to play? Are you going to play the role of also editing? Or are you going to use some editing apps? You know, are you going to use captions? Are you going to use CapCut? Are you going to use Instagram edits now? Instagram continues to give us the stuff to be successful. Like they continue to give it to us. They said, wait a minute, the people are going somewhere else because they were no longer the authority, y'all. Think about this. The people are going to captions. They're going to CapCut. They're going to TikTok to go do green screens. They're going to captions to go edit their videos. We're going to now add Instagram edits into our page so that people don't leave us and go to other platforms. We spoke about that. The moment you don't have the information and I got to go call another realtor for the information, you're no longer the authority in that space. So Instagram said, wait a minute, why would we send them somewhere else if we can just embed edits into our Instagram? And guess what? The newest thing, Instagram edits. You can now edit your videos right into Instagram and post them. Okay. And then sometimes we don't want to see all that cleaned up stuff. We want it extremely as raw as possible, you know? So understand, hook the people as quickly as you can and take it from there. Okay. All right. So some topics that you can do if you're on Instagram. Okay. What does $500,000 get me in whatever city? What does $1 million get me in Fort Lauderdale? What does a $20 million house look like in Palm Beach Gardens? Whatever you want your topic to be, okay? 3 mistakes that a first-time homebuyer should avoid. Day in the life of a realtor, okay? 5 things to know before you're selling your home. 5 things to do after you sell your home. 1 thing to know as you're closing on your home. Like you're about to close on your home. A lot of times people are closing on your homes. Y'all, a lot of times sellers close on their homes and they don't even know what their escrows is. They don't even know Wells Fargo owes them a $20,000 check because they paid escrows when they first bought the home, and now this money's sitting there lingering. Think about it. Think about what happens throughout the day. Yes, you can let them in. Bye-bye. Sometimes you don't know what you can create, but it's right there in your face. It's right there in your face, okay? So going to closing, top number 1, okay? What to inspect for when you do a walkthrough, or what to do day of closing as a buyer, okay? Turn on your lights, turn on your water, ask for your HUD, ask for a copy of your closing statement, okay? What to do your first 30 days in the home, get homeowners insurance for flood, or get an alarm system, or get cameras, you know, or fix the stuff that was found on your inspection report. That's a conversation right there. Just analyze your day and say, man, this is 18 pieces of information I can give out to the people right now. I already spoke about this. Look, one idea equals multiple platforms, okay? Blogging works well. Carousels, reels, email blasts, so blogging. So blogging or vlogging. Okay, blogging or vlogging, whichever you want to do, okay? Use ChatGPT, we already spoke about that. And then be your true authentic self. Be your true authentic self. Like, who are you as a person? Okay. And I promise you all. So why does Instagram give you the explore page? Why does Instagram give you the explore page? My explore page, you're probably gonna see people working out, you're probably gonna see cars. This is what I look at all day. I don't look at realtors. I look at cars, I look at people working out. I look at other ideas of what to do. So what does your explore page say about you? and use that. Your explore page was designed to give you guys the ideas and the templates of what to do. Okay. That's why the explore page was created. Give me 1 second. Drop your questions in the chat in the meantime. You're actually on right now, right? 11:45. All right, so utilize the explore page to see what is it that I like looking at. You like looking at this stuff for some odd reason, so create the content out of it. Damn, Jessica's always posting that video. That's all right. I'm just gonna remake it. I'm just gonna remix it. I'm just gonna go create it. Okay. So be your true authentic self. Show some behind the scenes opportunity that's out there. What AI tools do you use for most of your content creations? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? You can unmute yourself and join us.
Hey everybody. Good morning. Yeah, so I noticed they use ChatGPT to create content and to pull like articles about different topics. So I was wondering what other AI tools you use to create content.
I personally don't. I just use ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT for everything. Other platforms that I use Canva for flyers, for banners. I use CapCut to edit. I use Caption for words. Um, I don't know. Anyone else? Anyone else uses something different that they like to share? Oh, Big View. Big View also. So Big View. I have a don't plug into it yet. I got a reference code if you're interested in Big View. So Big View will give you the words that you can put on your phone as you're making the videos and you're reading the context right through there. That's another thing. And then Big View will edit for you as well. They'll edit, they'll chop it up, they'll clean it up. They will do if you're into those type of emojis things, those facials type of things, if you're into those type of things, Big View will do that as well. But is that Hey Gene? Someone uses Hey Gene for videos. I don't know what that.
Hey, Jen, I use it for my videos because I don't mind somebody else talking for me. I don't want to do none of it, but
Oh, that's
I
so that's
use
AI.
yeah, I use Hey Jen. And Coach Jeff, you also said to use another platform that you gave me that if you have a long video, you can chop it up with, and then you can do a series of videos, and that's Opus, Opus.
Opus AI. So Opus AI gives you the opportunity to chop up your videos. They'll add words to it. They'll add the emojis to it as well. You could do the paid Opus AI, or you could do the free Opus AI. Okay. All right, cool. So tools to make your life easier: Canva, CapCut, ChatGPT, Google Sheets for the content calendar that we just spoke about. Let me add to this. Oops, I gotta clean this up. All righty. So what are call to actions? Call to actions are telling people to do something. So if you're giving information, if you're saying, hey, here's 5 tips for getting your home on the market in the summer. We're moving in the summer right now. Another call to action. Here's 5 tips to get your home ready for the summer. Here's 5 things to do if you're thinking about selling this summer. Here, don't sell your home until you do these next 5 things. Here's 5 things to do if you're closing on your home this summer. Here are 5 things to look for if you're in searching for a home this summer. Okay. Obviously, DM me to buy, DM me for a buyer's guide. So I also use mini chat too. So mini chat is another one. I think everyone should be on mini chat. So mini chat gives you the opportunity to host AI conversations with people. So for example, if I tell someone to do something, if I give somebody a specific task to do, mini chat's gonna guide them. So for example, DM me the word buy for the buyer's guide. I'm gonna embed the buyer's guide into mini chat. But before I do that, I'm gonna do an intake form because I'm looking for information to add them to my email list, add them to my database. So DM me buy to get the free buyer's guide, for example. And now what they're they're going to get the opportunity to fill out the intake form, name, phone number, email address, maybe date of birth, maybe whatever you want. And at the time that they complete that, it's going to take them to page 2. You can do all of this through Google. That is free. So once they do that, they're going to go to page 2. Page 2 is going to give them the buyer's guide in preparation to buy a home. Save this post for later. Tag a friend who's house hunting. You know, I just did a Mother's Day giveaway gift card, and I was excited for the amount of people that were able to be tagged. It grew me the opportunity to get some more followers. Okay. Make your call to actions clear and simple. Okay. Make your call to actions clear and simple. Okay. As you know, post the information. Post it upside down, post it sideways. Post it when it ain't perfect. Just post it. Okay. So I want to leave here today. I want to leave here today before I pass it off to our camera guy, our videographer, my man Rufus, is create a plan. Create a plan that you're gonna say, man, I'm gonna step out of my comfort zone. I'm gonna be the best marketer that's out there because we're our CMOs. Remember, we're our CFOs, CEOs, COs, and CMOs. Remember, we wear the CMO hat, which is what we spoke about when we did our business planning too. And that means the CMO means what am I doing to market myself every day and creating a brand for me? I saw this girl yesterday at this cookout, and she said, "Oh my gosh, she's on LinkedIn. She's like my LinkedIn girl. She's like, oh my gosh, you post so much on LinkedIn. I always see everything that you post. I post on all platforms, the same exact stuff on all platforms. But she saw me. So ensuring that you're being that CMO that you can possibly be each and every single day. So what is my calendar going to look like for the next 30 days, the next 2 weeks, the next 6 months? That I'm going to give some type of activity out there to build the people into my orbit so that I can now add more buyers and sellers to my database. Okay. My Amazon shop was turned off. I'm actually about to turn it back on. So I'll drop it in the WhatsApp. But if obviously you know what to buy off of Amazon, get yourself a light, get yourself a gimbal, get yourself a stabilizer, get yourself a tripod, get yourself a microphone. You know, microphones are good because you're clear. You're very clear. They're not hearing background noise. They're not having to hear you. A lot of people listen to their videos and they watch their videos without light. I mean, without sound. So make sure you're putting captions on as many stuff as you can possibly put them on. And that's it. That's it. Any questions or comments? Anyone taking the retaking the
Coach,
commitment?
hey, Coach Jeff, give a comment. There are some agents that um, don't want to get on social media before they even get to figuring out what to post. Is that I've heard this right here. Some of them are shy, and I've even heard where some don't want to share their business because once people start seeing them, it could be family, it could be anybody. So give them some pointers in reference to that. They don't want to share certain things like their business.
I think a great thing is number one, let's talk about faceless marketing. So if you're using an AI if you're using an AI platform, you can do an AI platform that provides you an opportunity for faceless marketing. So if you want to, you know, like everyone's doing the baby nowadays. I'll be doing the baby in a little bit. Number two is if you don't want your business out there, then you just basically want to stick it to real estate as much as you can. But I want to tell you something though. People like to work with that they have a relationship with, they have a connection with, they have some type of transparency levels with. People like to work with that. So the space that we're in right now, due to where technology is right now, due to where we are moving in the Gen Z orbit now, people want to be relatable to you. So If there's a little bit of your business that you don't want to show, but there's some of your business that you're very open in showing, like you're very, very open in showing you working out, then let's see you work out every single day. Let's see that. That's what you're comfortable with. If you after you gotta drive to work out, you gotta eat when you after you work out, you have to work out. Maybe you have a smoothie after you work out. You know, that's a video right there. What 3 of my favorite smoothies or 6 stuff that I like to put inside my smoothies, you know? There's opportunities where you can put that, where you can keep people exactly where you want to keep them. And whatever else you don't want them to know or you don't want them to be a part of, you can go ahead and hide them from that if that's the space that you're in. If that's the space that you're in. But we have 2 minutes left. I want to go ahead and pass it off to Rufus. Films by Rue.
Is it morning? Good morning. I caught it before
He's a
2
taller guy than me. You gotta move the screen. There you go. Oh, he's so tall.
Good morning / afternoon, everybody. I see some familiar faces in here. Dr. K is in here. Mr. Javon, familiar. Okay.
What's up, Lou?
What's up, Rufus?
How's everyone doing? So Jeff kind of just threw me into this since I am the video specialist. Some of you might know me. I have been in film for about 7 years now, and that's pretty much my focus when it comes to business-wise. So I'm just here to share some tips when it comes to video production and why video is important. So obviously, it definitely captures attention fast, and it boosts engagement. It converts better. You're able to build trust with your audience. And I like to approach video with my clients. I like to say to them, what stops you when you are scrolling on your phone, when you're on your personal time? What grabs your attention? If you're gravitating more towards that thing, maybe try to recreate why that video caught your attention. Sometimes that's a nice visual hook. Sometimes that's a trend in audio. Sometimes it's a nice thumbnail. It's a nice thumbnail with some letters that describes what the video is. But you should definitely always focus on figuring out what builds that trust with the audience and what your audience will connect more with. So try to do things like, for me, I noticed that a lot of my videos, I get a lot more engagement when I do more behind the scenes type of thing. When I show people how I got to this end video or what my process is like, or just maybe giving them some quick tips or giving them like a quick value of how to recreate something. So a lot of times people connect more with the natural behind the scenes look. Another thing I would suggest is figuring out someone that you can work with. I know I heard Jeff mentioning some tools to help you guys create videos and edit videos, stuff like that. But it's also about connecting with the right people as well. Connect with someone like myself, someone who specializes in video and editing. Connect with photographers. Connect with people who can make these flyers for you, who can make your lives easier so you can focus on what's important. So it's all about figuring out how to save yourself time, but being proactive at the same time. Like you need to learn some of these tools. You need to go in and take quick classes and get certificates in editing or how to make a Canva flyer, how to be proficient with tools like that. So get to know some of these tools. They're very user friendly, to be honest. Things like CapCut, I'm not really a fan of CapCut, but it is there. It's available on our phones. Stuff like that's easier. So just figuring out whatever software can work best for you. And I'm assuming everyone in here is an agent. So to be honest, like you definitely need, if you're not active on social media, like I am working with someone like Jeff, I'm trying to get him to post consistently. And I'm talking about quality content. So when you post, before you make that post or before you pass it on to whoever's scheduling your post, make sure it's going to be quality. Make sure it's going to be something that someone will see and receive and want to engage with. Maybe a potential buyer might want to see more of this home that you posted and talked about. So put in a little bit of effort, put in a little bit of time into your videos, into your social media outlets. You may not know who's looking on TikTok. You may not know who's looking on Instagram. Whatever social media is out there, get to know them, get to know how you can engage more with people. And yeah, thank you guys for having me. I don't really have much else to say. If you have any questions, I am here. Talk to me. Anybody have any questions?
Here's another thought too. I'll say this, Rufus, that's great information. Is that when you all have listens, just a nugget, sometimes go into take the picture or start talking about the property and then, do a video with you in there. A lot of times we just have the videos with the property in there, but do
Yeah.
a video with you in there talking about it and then let it go, when you have a videographer that goes to your listing and you go.
Yeah, always for sure do your own thing. Like it's best to get someone professional. I suggest getting that professional look out there, but always do your own thing as well.
Yes,
Always
yes.
be proactive and that way you can sometimes you might not even need someone like me. If you have a good phone that produces good quality, you can definitely go ahead and take those pictures and do your voiceovers over them. Just be proactive with staying on people's neck. Like you want to make sure your potential buyer will see you on that day that they just happen to have time to scroll. So definitely get yourself and your face, your personal brand out there for sure. So yeah, anybody have any questions? Anybody have anything to say before I pass it on back to Jeff?
All right, y'all, we're good here. 12:04. Let's get back to work. Let's create that calendar. Let's get in front of the people's face. Let's get in front of our database when it comes to emails, TikTok, YouTube, Snapchat, whatever it is, whatever platform we want to be on, LinkedIn, whatever we want to be on. Let's go ahead and let's be it. Let's get the information out there because guess what? Someone wants to hear it and they don't want to hear from me. They don't want to hear from Dr. Karen. They want to hear it from you. So go give that information. Go be that resource, and we'll see you guys at the top. Catch you guys back tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. Tomorrow's Wednesday for our war room. So for those of you guys that are new with us, we meet every morning from 8 to 8:30. Monday, we talk about our goals. We goal set on Monday. Tuesday, I coach. Wednesday, we do the war room. Thursday, we role play. And then Friday, we do the war room as well, in addition to reviewing our goals. Okay, so that's the agenda for each and every single week, 8 to 8:30. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Talk to you soon.